All right, Pirate fans and surrounding areas, welcome to Wednesday Pirate Podcast. This is the day where we talk Rockport Fulton athletics sports. Earlier, we had Coach Reyes and Coach Kelly on talking about our softball program. And this evening, now we're going to jump over to baseball. We're going to cross the street here and talk baseball with our head coach there on the screen, Rene Silva. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, Coach. And then Coach always brings in some players, and we've got three more, as you see on the screen. These are our seniors. We had our pitcher, Sean Howell, the senior, I think about 2 weeks ago. Now we've got more seniors. And so the two on the bottom will go from right to left. We have senior Kade Alston. Kade, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Kate. Thanks for stopping by for a few minutes to talk a little bit about your program. And then on the
Yes,
other
sir.
lower left, we've got the other senior, Dawson Phillips. Dawson, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for stopping by. And then up there on the left, we've got the other senior, Nate Garcia. Nate, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, guys, I'm doing great. I love doing this, man. Sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, man. But as soon as I get a little bit of rest and get energy again, man, I'm ready. I could sit here, Coach, people that do this and get paid bucks, this has got to be the best job in the world, right? Like you just get to sit here and make big money and just talk sports. Like, man, I love it. Like there's not a better job than this. I'm not making the big bucks, but dang, I love sitting here talking sports. So guys, thank you very much for stopping off here to talk a little bit about your program. I want to congratulate Coach Silva and the guys. Last night, you guys traveled to Calhoun and got a big win, 6-1. I was really pleased. And then you got a big game coming up this Friday at home against Ingleside. So then we invite all of the Pirate fans to come by. Game time starts at 7. Coach, is there going to be a sub-varsity game before the varsity game?
Sir, the sub-varsity games are going to be held tomorrow, Thursday, with the freshman and JV, but they're going to be playing Sinton here at home at 5 and 7. So this year, the district baseball teams decided to have the sub-varsities on Thursday and then only varsity by themselves on Tuesday, Friday.
That's probably a good thing, I guess. So tomorrow there'll be a game there in Rockport. So definitely want to come out and support our sub-varsity. They are our future. So definitely come on out there. And then on Friday, it's another district game against Ingleside. So the boys will definitely be ready to go as they will try to get the win there against Ingleside. And that'll put them at 2-2. So guys, Coach, I'm going to go with the guys first, get them in and out, and then we'll talk with you about recapping and previewing what's coming up for the Pirates. So, Kate, I'll go to you. So you're a senior. Can you let the fans, the community know your jersey number and what position you play for the Pirates?
I'm number 8, and I'm DH and first base for the Pirates.
There you go. Is it all right if I call you the Power?
Yes, sir.
The power for the Pirates. Kate's the power for the Pirates. And Dawson,
Yes, sir.
I don't think so. And Dawson, well, you're number 5. Of course, I think everybody knows. I know you're number 5. But what position do you play for the Pirates?
I play center field.
Absolutely. And then Nate, your jersey number and what position you play for the Pirates?
I'm number 6 and I play right field.
Great. So you guys have been with us here for quite some time. Obviously, we're going to miss you guys. We always do. It'd be nice if some of you guys, if it was like college and you could get another year of eligibility for whatever, get redshirted and then come back. That'd be awesome. It's always sad when we lose seniors, but guys have to graduate and move on. Definitely, you guys have given us great memories here for this baseball program. I'll start off by saying this. If people a couple years ago did not know who Rockport Fulton was in the baseball world, high school, they definitely know who we are now. We've made the playoffs the last couple of years and definitely working hard to get back there again. Kade, I'd like to go to you. I don't know, did Kade freeze up there a little bit? I think he did. Dawson, I'll go to you. So let's start off with you. So I know you guys, we had interviewed your older brother. So I know you guys have been in sports all your lives. I mean, that's all you guys do, right? Like since you were little.
Yes, sir.
But what I know you play other sports. You played football and you played basketball, and now you play baseball. Do you do anything else for Rockport outside of those 3 sports?
No, those are all the 3.
Those are all the ones you play. And so let's talk a little bit about baseball. So at what age, I mean, did you first, do you remember when you first picked up a bat or threw a baseball?
I would say probably like I think I started playing t-ball when I was about like 3 or 4, probably. So that's whenever, yeah, I think that's whenever I started.
Wow. And do you remember who, like, hey, look, I want to give you the bat and go here. We're going to come out here and you're going to learn how to hit and throw.
It was definitely my mom. She was always the one to wanted to get us in sports, and my uncle, whenever we were younger, he was the littlest, so he would always be there with us, and my mom just really got all of us into sports. So
Now she's done a great job with you guys, sports mom, man. She's everywhere. I see her supporting you guys, and that's great. I think sports is great, and I think parents should. The kid wants to play, do everything they can with the kids. I love sports when I was little. I can't play too much now because I'm older, man, but I still have that competitive fire inside of me, man. So what I can do now is talk about it here, sit behind a desk, keyboard, and talk, and definitely cheer you guys on. Um, Nate, I'll go to you. At what age do you remember, Nate? At what age you picked up a bat or a ball?
I'd probably say like 5 or 6, probably around that age.
Young as well. Do you remember who was it that told you, "Come on out here. We're going to teach you how to play baseball"?
I grew up in a neighborhood with like everybody plays sports, and my parents just kept egging me on like to play, and I bought in, and from there it's just nothing but sports my whole life.
That's true. True that. Yeah, look, I used to play in the street. I mean, I played by myself. I mean, I remember I had some steps, and I thought I was in the major league when I was little, and I throw the ball, the tennis ball. And if I hit the middle, it was a strike. If I hit the top, it was a ball. Low was a ball. I mean, I did whatever I had to do. If no one wanted to play with me, I played it. I did. I had to have a ball and a glove. When I grew up, I loved baseball. Wasn't very good at it like you guys, but I loved it. And I quickly found out that baseball was not my sport. So I had to jump up to something else, which I did. Soccer, I was average. Basketball was my game. Basketball is what came easy to me. And I just, at middle school, I could do a lot of things I think that other kids probably couldn't do. So I stuck with that. But baseball was always, I loved baseball, just wasn't good at it. Kate, I'd ask you at what age do you remember picking up a bat?
I think one of the first times that I picked up a bat and ball was probably 2 or 3 years old. My parents were never big into sports, but it was something that they wanted to instill in us. And so they started young with us, and we moved from just playing around in the yard to t-ball and then coach pitch and all the way up.
You go. That's what you do in Rockport, Fulton.
Mm.
All in sports. And I'd have to ask you, do you and who was it your mom and dad? You said to put you into sports. They introduced you to sports.
Yes, sir. My dad introduced me to baseball and all of that, but my mom was the one that drove me, whether it was good or bad. Most of it was tough love, but she still supports me in everything that I do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So here comes a tough question, guys. And you got Coach Silva here, but I'm going to ask this question. And you can say, I love them both. But Kate, I'll go to you first, man, because all three of you guys are football players and you're baseball players. But I have to ask you, what sport do you love more? Football, baseball, or are they equal?
I'm going to say they're equal. I'm leaning a little more on the football side. I feel that I think that's okay because Coach Silva still does football, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Football has a special place in my heart.
Absolutely. Don't forget, guys, Coach, I don't think he's made the lineup yet. Be very careful. Whatever you answer, he might just go back and make a change. Nah,
that's
he
right.
won't do that. Dawson, look, you're good at both, man. I mean, all of you guys are. So for me, because I got to watch you guys in football, and obviously we're watching you in baseball. But for you, is there one sport that you like better than the other, football or baseball?
yeah, I would definitely feel like football definitely has the edge on baseball. I just feel like I'm better at football, and like football has just always been like it's just kept me passionate, and like I don't know, it's just something about the sport. I just really love it.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. And Nate, now I'll ask you the same thing. What's What sport do you like more? Is it the gridiron or is it the baseball field?
I'd probably say football, but I love baseball too. But I just
Yeah, throw. I love baseball because coaches watch it. I love. Hey, coach, I expect to see my name on that.
I'm
Football.
very surprised. I'm very surprised that none of them said basketball. So, is I know that Nate and Dawson play basketball, and I know Kade does powerlifting. So I was wondering, like, are they going to say something different or not?
Yeah. And Kate, I think you went to state. Did you not, Kate? I saw that.
Yes, sir. I got 7th in state.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For all of the work that you guys do. I think, you know, win or lose, I think that Power Pride, the last couple of years, man, we've had some kids that take a lot of pride in putting on that jersey. And one thing I've always heard and I see is whether we get the W or we don't, right? We never quit. There's no quit in Pirate sports, right? We play to the end. Sometimes we win, sometimes it don't come out our way, but we play tough to the end. And really appreciate you guys putting on that jersey, representing this community the way you guys do, and all the work that you do at the off season where no one really sees you guys, right? You guys are getting up early, having to put in that work. No one really sees it, but definitely appreciate all of the stuff that you do and the way you represent this community. Nate, I'd like to kind of talk a little bit about the season, the non-district new coach, Coach Silva, coming in here. So obviously, when you have a new coach, there's going to be some things that are going to change. You know, his system going to come in here, so he's definitely going to make some changes. And this program, it's been good for the last couple of years. I mean, I think the fans, the community expects baseball to be in the playoffs every year. We've done that for the last couple of years, always competing for a district title. But we start district off. I want to get into that, and of course, you played Beeville. It did not go our way, but we'll get another shot at them. What can you tell me about that not going our way? Every time you go to Beeville, it's a little tough. I think we played over there. Is that correct, Coach? We were over in Beeville when we took the L.
Yes, sir. It's always tough to go play there. I used to coach there for for about 2 or 3 years, and we always, you know, the atmosphere there. I don't know what it is, but it makes the opponents feel, you know, more pressured on them. But the ball didn't roll our way, and you know, like I told the guys, hey, it's early in the season. We're gonna get them again. So the second time around, it's gonna be a different story.
Right, they got to come to our pace. Nate, talk to me a little bit about the game. What did you see? Talk to me a little bit about Beeville. Obviously, that's a good program over there. They're in the playoffs every year too. We've had battles with them last year, and you know, we win some and they win some, but it's always tough. And then talk to me a little bit about us and just you know, the way we played the game there.
Obviously we went into Beeville thinking, you know, they're a good program, they're a good team, and we knew we had to go in there ready, but we started off kind of slow, but when like we were hitting, it's just they just weren't in gaps. They were just right to people, and I feel like it was just we just needed to work on our hitting, and I feel like we started getting our backs going now that this chick's rolling on.
Well, players always come here and say you got to have amnesia, right? It's over with. Can't do anything about it. We got another shot, and that's down the road. We had to get ready for Sinton. Dawson, I want you to talk a little bit about Sinton. That program, it is what it is, right? We all know who they are and what they've done this last couple of years. It's never easy to play that team. Obviously, we didn't get the L. If there's, man, look, me as a fan, if we lost every game but beat Sinton, I'd be happy as a fan. I mean, I would just, I'd go celebrate like we won state. You know, it would be great. But it's easier said than done. Talk to us a little bit about playing Sinton. I mean, they're well coached out there, and they just seem to have, you know, player after player that you know they can play ball. Talk to me a little bit about the game, what you saw from them, and how we played that game.
You know, it's always tough playing them. I just feel like every time we play them, like we have nothing to lose. Like they have everything to lose. So I feel like we just all like I always tell them like just go in there and play loose. Like we just have nothing to lose. And I feel like the first couple of innings, like you know, it was good and like we were playing good defense. We couldn't really get the bats going. Like every like once in a while we would get like a runner on, but then we wouldn't do anything with them. And then with that team like that, you can't just go leave runners on and not score. You have to like score and keep the game close with the team like that, because they have some really good ball players. And even whenever you do feel like you get a hit, they make a good play or something like that. So they're just a really good ball team, and I just feel like you have to keep it close with a team like that. And we were at first, but we just couldn't get the bats going. So.
Yeah, we'll have another shot at them. I remember there was one game I talked about where I went. We were young. I think the team was a lot of freshmen and sophomores. I think you guys might have been in middle school when that was going on, and we went down there to play that team that ended up winning the state, and they beat us 1-0. And I remember just taking a whole bunch of young. I think they were freshmen and sophomores and playing tough. So yeah, you're right. You just got to keep it close down there. But we'll have another shot with them, and we'll see how it goes. I'm definitely looking forward to that game. So that got us. We got an 0-2 start, which was tough. But as Coach Silva said, it's early in the season. No reason to panic. So then the Pirates then travel over to Calhoun, looking for their first win, and they get the big win, 6-1. And Coach, I got to tell you, I really enjoyed. I want to put my glasses on here because I want to talk about the stats for that game against Calhoun. The Pirates get the win 6-1. Number 10, Reid Snyder, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. Number 13, Jackson Grubert, 2 for 3, 1 RBI, 1 walk. Of course, there were some others that got involved as well. In the circle for that game for the Pirates, number 3, the sophomore Evan Richardson, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. And then, of course, Sean Howell, the senior, brings it home with 2 innings pitched, gives up nothing, strikes out 3. Kade, I'd like to get your thoughts on that game. You guys, I don't know. I'm assuming that 0-2 is not a great feeling, obviously, but as a senior there, obviously, it's early in the season and you guys still got a lot of baseball to go. You guys were able to regroup, go on the road. Not an easy a place to play in Calhoun, but you guys get the win 6-1. Talk about your performance and the team's performance in that game.
I think the team really came together. We understood that we were 0-2 coming into it, and we brought up as a team before. We're like, we are getting this under control, and I think that the plan really was set there, and we had a lot of energy, and it was just an overall great game.
It was, and again, and look, you guys got. I mean, Evan last year to me was. I saw a lot of growth in him. I had heard a lot about him when he was in middle school. So your pictures are just about as good as anybody in that district. I mean, we can go with anybody, Evan. And then, of course, Sean, when he's on, I mean, I've always said this about Sean. You got to jump on him early because I think once he gets in the rhythm, man, you ain't beating that guy. Just not going to do it. We've seen him done. So that was a great win for us. The 1-2 get it done for Rockport Fulton, and then the next game will be in Ingleside. I mean, it'll be in Rockport against Ingleside. Definitely GT Sports will be there to live stream that game. The game starts at 7. We definitely would want everyone to come out to this game, wear the green and gold, and support the Pirates as they try to even it up in district at 2-2. But if you can't make it, definitely support the program and the team through the live stream. You can watch it on our Pirates Code Sports Network, our YouTube channel. We will share the link over to our Facebook and Twitter page on the Pirates Code Sports Network. Just click the link. It'll take you to the game. If you can't make it, no worries. You can catch it and support the team through the live stream. But Kade, I'll go back to you. Ingleside coming into town. They got a win, I believe, against Beeville 3-2 here. So this is going to be a good matchup on Friday. Your thoughts on the game? What you know about Ingleside, and what do
I think?
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
I think that coming into play Ingleside, there's a lot to look forward to. One of the things we've always said is beat Ingleside, no matter the sport. It's just one of the things that we really need to go for and really need to shoot for. And I think that coming out of the Beeville game, I wasn't there, I was at powerlifting, but seeing what I saw, I think that was just a hiccup game, first district game, and I think that we've shaken that up.
I think he's traveling coach and might have
I
gotten.
believe so.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Dawson, you want to finish that up?
Um,
Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is.
All right, I'm back. Um, sorry, I didn't know which part I was at, but Ingleside is one of the things that we have to beat. They're a team that we've consistently wanted to dominate against, no matter the sport, football or baseball. And I think coming out of Calhoun, we'll have some great momentum headed into that game.
Yes, sir. I definitely agree with that. Dawson, anything you want to add with the game coming up against Ingleside?
It's a big game. I really think that we can get back into where we want to be. And like Kade said, Ingleside is a team that we always want to beat and that we always do beat. So I just want to keep that going and keep the momentum that we have from the Port Lavaca game and just keep on rolling through district and so we can get to where we want to be.
Yeah, I mean, we've lost nothing but a game. I mean, everything that we're shooting for is still right in front of us. Everything we want to try to accomplish this year. And if we get that win against Ingleside, obviously 2-2, it's a new season for us, right? So I'm glad the mindset is good, coach. Guys are definitely not worried. I mean, those two losses, they happen. You can't do anything about it. They've moving on. And I think there is momentum for Rockport Fulton getting that road win against Calhoun. Now coming back at home on Friday to take on Ingleside. Got a great opportunity there to go 2-2. Nate, anything you want to add about the game coming up against Ingleside?
I want to say that they're gonna have momentum, and we're gonna have momentum too, and it's just gonna be who plays a better game. I feel like we got the guys to go out there and dominate as usual, but yeah, I feel like this is our game to win, and this is a must-win game for us.
Yeah, Dawson, Nate brings up something. Do you feel like this is a must-win for the Pirates on Friday?
Oh, I definitely feel like it's a must win. And if we want to get to where we want to be, like I don't want to be just one like beat Ingleside and then like obviously we beat Port Lavaca, but everything's still like up in the air. Nothing's like set in stone. So I think if we win this game, then that'll give us a lot of momentum to keep on rolling in district. It'll give us a lot of confidence to keep playing how we are playing right now because we just played a great game in Port Lavaca. So
Absolutely. Kate, I'll ask you too. You're hearing your teammates. Do you feel like this is a must-win for the Pirates?
It's a must win for sure. There's no doubt about it. And just to go off what you said, we beat Fort Lavaca, but that's still up in the air. If we can carry that momentum through the rest of the season, I think it'll put us in a great spot for the playoffs.
Well, good luck on Friday, guys. I mean, I'm definitely will be there cheering you guys on. Obviously, we'll be live streaming it, but I'm glad. Seems like everything you guys are saying is true. Everything's right in front. You've lost nothing but a game. Everything that you guys, all the goals that you set for yourself as a team, still right in front of you, and they're reachable. So definitely, the next one is Ingleside. That's at home. You take it one game at a time. So definitely looking forward to a good game on Friday. And again, for the Pirate fans, if you cannot make the game. We invite all, definitely support them through the live stream that's on the Pirates Cove Sports Network, our YouTube channel, but we'll share the game links over to our Facebook and Twitter page. Click on the game link and it'll take you to the game. Anything else you see there from Facebook that's not Pirates Cove or GT Sports, it's probably fake. So don't definitely put your money in it, but we definitely have Coach Souza and Coach Silva's permission to go out there. So when you see Pirates Cove Sports Network, we do have permission from the coaches. So it is legit. You can click on it and you'll definitely watch the game. Guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about personal goals. Nate, I'll go to you. I mean, as a senior, it's your last year. I don't know if you said anything when you first got into middle school to high school that, look, I want to get to this goal before I graduate. Obviously, there are team goals, but individual goals for Nate Garcia. Is there anything that you set out to do that you'd like to be able, that you haven't reached yet, but would like to reach it before the season ends?
I don't really have personal goals, but I have a few team goals that I'd like to reach at like this year. One of them is win district, obviously. I've yet to win district in baseball, and I feel like we have the team to do it. We have the pitching to do it. We have everything, all the tools, but we just put it together. Another thing I want to do is make a deep run in the playoffs. I feel like that'll be good for us seniors. Leave a good legacy behind. and for the underclassmen.
Absolutely great goals. And I got to tell you, the seniors before you guys, the last 2, 3 years that I've been following, I think I've been following this my 4th year, really following this baseball team. Those seniors have done a great job when you guys were young, just, setting the goal. I mean, Rockport's been in the first round, second round, third round. I've seen it a couple years ago when we were in the third round, and then Robstown came in a couple years ago, and I mean, it was tight. They got the win in advance, but we were right there in both games, the game here at home and the other games. So for me, it's definitely reachable there. Dawson, I'd ask you, I know you got some team goals, but any goals that you set out that you like to be able to reach and accomplish before you graduate?
Yes, sir. Last year I made honorable mention. I would like to, try and get first team all district this year for the outfield. And then I also would like to have a better batting average than I did last year. It's all right now. Hopefully we can get it up, but I just want to, and yeah, I just want to just really hit better than I have been than last year. And last year I was more of like the to just hit the ball on the ground and just hope. But this year I just want to be the actual like hit and hit it to a gap or something. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm happy to see you out there. You got a lot of speed, right? So we can cover a lot of ground. I think you were out there last year. Blake Garcia was out there. He had a lot of speed out there. So the outfield, we've always had the speed out there to cover a lot of ground. With you back this year, Blake obviously graduated, but with you back, we still got that speed that can cover a lot of ground now in that outfield area. Kade, I was telling the guys that I know you guys all have team goals, but do you have any individual goals that you set out when you were young that you want to accomplish?
One of my individual goals that I feel like was less about statistics and whatnot and more about just being a part of the team. It's a different kind of feeling that you get whenever you're actually a part of the team and people can rely on you to do your job. And as a DH role,
Can you hear me,
did you
Kade?
catch that?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, can you hear me? Sorry. So my personal goals, it's more being part of the team and being an important role that people can count on versus statistics. As the DH and as being that player, it's hard to reach statistics and whatnot. So I think that it's more about being somebody that people can trust, especially in a game-like situation where, we could be down by one with a runner on third and somebody that can just bring it all home.
That's awesome. I like that answer. Awesome. Guys, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. And I'll ask you one more thing. Actually, before you guys leave, Coach, I'd like to give you an opportunity to talk about these players. I know it's your first year, but you've had some time here with these seniors. You won't have them back next year. So I want to give you an opportunity to talk about each one. Start out with whichever one you want, but how special have they been since you've been here to have them here on your team?
Well, I'm going to start off with Nate real quick. Nate, he's one of my utility players that, whether it be the outfield, the infield, whether it be a courtesy runner, he's never complained. He's never had like a negative look on his face, anything like that. And he just goes out there and he just gives me everything he's got. I like the answer that he said, hey, it's not so much about me. I want the team to have a deep run. And I've talked to the team about it. Hey, I want them to experience that. I want them to experience, and hopefully, God willing, that they'll be graduating, but they're still going to be in the playoffs. Me being a coach, I've gone through that. I've had our seniors graduate, and then we go like, okay, it's time to load the bus. We got a playoff game, and I want them to experience that. With Dawson, man, I see a fly ball go out there. I have no worries. I mean, this is the first time in a long time that I've had a center fielder that if the ball's in the air, it's going to get caught. And I trust him a lot out there, and he's a good leader out there. He talks about his swing, but I'll tell you this, when it's clutch time, he finds a way to put the ball on the ground. Last night, came up with a nice shot right down the third base line, got some RBIs right there. And that's the type of player that just never gives up. You know, like you said before, you know, Pirates never give up. And I love his attitude of never giving up. And with Kade, he just wants to work hard. He wants to be that team player. He asks questions. He's always taking those extra cuts. He wants to learn. And that's what I like about ball players, man. That's what I like about the seniors, is that I know it's different from what they did last year. That, you know, that's a given. But, you know, it took a little while, but then they started to understand. They started to trust the process. And that's one of the things I say every day, sir. You know, you got to trust the process. There's 3 different words, you know: trust each other, have faith in each other, and you got to believe. And when you believe, sir, things can happen. And you just got to place your trust and your faith in your teammates and your coaches. And that's what I like about these seniors. And day by day, they're starting to understand it. Day by day, they're understanding my philosophy. And then yesterday, and they, you know, it's kind of like what they said. They just put all the pieces of the puzzle together. I mean, I've been asked this question all day long. Coach, what was the difference? We put the pieces of the puzzle together. We put hits together. We put walks together. We put a great defensive game out there. Pitching was phenomenal. And when you have that mixture right there, sir, these guys, these seniors, they're going to lead us, and they're going to lead us deep in the playoffs. And I hope that they get to experience that.
Yeah, and like Dawson was saying, I mean, I think putting the ball in play, hitting is key. I mean, I think the pitchers are there. Like I said, you know, our pitchers are just about as good as anybody in the district, and we can play with anybody. So it's really about coming out there, being able to put the ball in play. We can do that. We're going to be in all these games and give ourselves a chance to win. But losing these guys, definitely, it's going to be a loss for them. I know they've been on this team for a couple of years now, and like I said, when you lose them, it's the next man up. But they've done great here for this baseball team. Like I said, Rockport's been put on the map in our baseball program. And it's because of these guys and the guys before them that have put the work in. And now people, when they talk about Rockport Fulton, we're consistently in the playoffs, and we've made a couple of runs. So definitely proud of these guys. But the season isn't over. We still got a lot of games. So looking forward, Coach. Hopefully you can bring these seniors back together, all together, at least one more time before the season ends. And we can have another great podcast. But guys, thank you very much for coming out. I'll give you guys the final word. Nate, I'll start with you, man. Any shout outs? Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
I want to shout out my team for just putting a good life together. You know, I'm enjoying it, and thank you to the seniors, you know, for being there all 4 years, and we've been through all of it together. Thank you.
Absolutely. And the season ain't over, man. We still got a lot of work to do. Dawson, any shout outs? Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I just want to shout out the team as well. Just gotta stick together. And I also want to shout out Blake Garcia and Dawson Phillips.
Yeah, absolutely. Are they doing good out there? I know they're out of school.
Yes,
Awesome. Yeah, those guys were great when they played here. They played football and they played baseball together. And like I said, it's always tough to lose a Dawson Phillips and a Blake Garcia, but they got to graduate this year. Now Dawson Phillips is gone, but I know you got a little bit of siblings still coming up. So the family will still be having some boys coming up playing. So we definitely look forward to seeing if they can match what the big brothers have given Rockport. It's going to be some tough shoes to fill, but I know we got a couple of more siblings coming up once Dawson and Devin. Well, Devin's gone already. Once Dawson's gone, we still have some brothers coming up. Kade, I'll go to you. Any shout outs?
I just want to shout out my family and friends and coaches, pretty much anybody that's helped me along the way. And go Pirates.
Go Pirates. Yes, sir. And again, they play a home game on Friday. We definitely invite all of the Pirate fans to come on out to another district game. And the Pirates are looking to get that win and go 2-2 in district. So obviously the support, having all the people out there makes a difference for the coaches and the players. They love to see the stands full. So I haven't been out to a game. This would be a good one. The weather's really, really good. Not too cold, not too hot. So definitely come on out. But if you're working or you're out of town, you can't make it. For those alumni that are in college, definitely tune in to the Pirates Cold Sports Network, our YouTube channel on Friday. We'll probably go live by 6:45. Game time starts at 7. 6:45 we'll go live, and you can support the team that way. Guys, thank you very much. Good luck on Friday. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach Silva, if you can stay on, I got a couple of questions for you.
Yes, sir.
So great guys. I knew that. I mean, they're leaders. Kade Alston, I was always surprised that we did an interview with him last year, I think, for football, and I was really impressed with the way that he talked in that interview. I mean, you can just tell when you listen to him, you can just tell he has that demeanor of a leader. Dawson Phillips, man, we've been watching him and Nate. These guys, and they're pirates. They'll give you everything they have. And I think as a coach and as a fan, when you watch these guys play, win or lose, they give it everything they have. And as a fan, that's all I ask of the guys, right? Is they just go out there and leave it all. And if they do that, they're champions in my eyes. And these three gentlemen definitely represent Rockport well, and they're champions. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the game. I want to go back to the Sinton game. Obviously, it did not go our way. It was a tough game for us, but talk to us a little bit about what you saw from the Pirates from start to end.
Well, we knew that it was going to be a tough game, and I had gone to go scout Sinton before, and you start to see their tendencies, stuff like that. So we had a pretty good game plan, and for the first two innings of that ball game, man, the first 2 2/3 innings of that ball game, I mean, I really thought we were going to go round by round. It was going to be let's see who scores last. I told the coaches this is going to be probably like a one-run ball game. And then we ran into that little brick wall to where, we didn't get, certain calls that we believe that were, as a coach, you always defend, your team and stuff. And when you combine a couple of walks with, questionable calls and then maybe an error here, and then they get that hit. And for us coaches, we went back and we said, man, if we get that one call, we get out of the inning, 0 runs. And that was the same thing in the third, in the fourth. And it was just one of those deals to where, like, we played hard, we hit the ball, we left runners in scoring positions, but we needed to execute, and we needed to make sure that when one thing went wrong, that it wouldn't be like a total avalanche to where it went like a domino effect. Like this happened, boom, 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 boom. We needed to say, okay, this thing happened, but now let's regroup. And I think that game by game, sir, they've been working at it and they've been getting better and better and better. And I'm hoping that now that we beat Gonzalez, and then now that we beat, Port Lavaca, now I'm hoping that now momentum is starting to come to us. And what a better time to get hot than in district, and then let that momentum take you into the playoffs. But yeah, I tip my hat off to Sinton. They came in with some clutch hits. But I'm going to be pretty excited whenever we see them again, because we're not a 10-0 ball club versus Beeville, and we're not a 10-0 versus Sinton. I know that for a fact. And I think the boys realize that. And I think now that they're starting to understand, my philosophy, how I do things, I think they're starting to jump on with both feet. And I think they're going, hey, let's run with it. And once they start to run with it, they're starting to realize, hey, wait a minute, coach is giving us more freedom to do stuff. He's opening up the book, and you're right, because now, I mean, let me tell you something. The last night, Reid came up with a clutch hit in the first, then Grubert in the second, and then we went scoreless in the third. And whenever we broke to go into offense again in the fourth, I looked at the guys and I told them, like, hey, we didn't score in the third. Let's make sure we get at least 2 back. And then here we go. We score 4. I said, hey, I'll take 4. Hey, let's go. And then in the following innings, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th, it wasn't like they shut us out. We left runners in scoring position, and we hit the ball at people, and they made some plays, and that's baseball. But, I'm thinking that we're starting to find those gaps. We're starting to find that momentum, and the boys are playing way better. They're actually like, man, last night it was like they were just one cohesive unit. And when we did have a couple of things happen, but they recovered right back. And they were talking to each other. They were motivating each other. They had a fun night. They did. And once once we were on the positive side, they just ran with it. And I'm very proud of those boys. Very, very extremely proud of them.
No, and well, obviously, I feel what you're saying. Number one, those teams aren't better 10, 11. I mean, I know that for a fact. I've seen this team, these boys play. Sean Howell, Evan Richardson, Kade Alston, Dawson Phillips. So I know what they're capable of doing. And when I saw the score, I said we must have just had a bad game because there's no way we're a lot better than that. So we'll get to see him again. I mean, we have games like that. I think the thing is how we're gonna, how are you gonna prepare yourself? How are you gonna come back from that? Are you gonna sit there and be mad? You mope, or are you gonna do you know that you're better than that, and now you start playing better than that? And it got better in the next district game. As I said, we traveled over to Calhoun. Not an easy place to play. Rockport has had their battles with Calhoun, but they got the best of them last night, 6-1. Talk about the performance of the Pirates and some of the stuff that you saw from this team.
Well, whenever we got there, man, the Coach Mash told me, like, Coach, it's always been tough to win here. And I said, okay. And then I get on the field and there's this wind blowing straight in. And I'm going like, okay, we might have to go small ball tonight, my mind is already going 100 miles an hour, and then we just started the game and you could see how they were relaxed. You could feel it. There was something in the air. And the boys just started from right out of the gate. Let's go. And once we got the runner at second, Reid, I believe, had an 0-2 count or 1-2 count. And he just punched it right up the middle. And I said, here we go. In the second inning, the same thing. And then Grubert comes up and laces one out there. And here we go. And then Evan on the mound, before the game, he tells me, like, Coach, this is working. This is working. But for some reason, this one is really working. And it was true. And after every defensive inning, me, the pitcher, and the catcher, we get together and we talk and we strategize. And we go, what's working, what's not working? And, there were many times where we called that one pitch and it was a first pitch and it was either a pop-up, easy ground ball to the pitcher or second base. And they started realizing, so this is what Coach Silva's doing. But like I tell the boys, I can make all the calls that I want, right? Any coach can do that. But when you have the talent of an Evan Richardson who could put it there, when you have the talent with a Sean Howell that could put it there, and the other guys, that makes life way easier. And the strategy becomes, they'll start to see it and they'll go like, now I know why he calls that. At first they didn't understand why, but now they're going like, I get it. He's trying to do this. And then now the relationship between me and Grubert, he looks at me and he goes, I get it. There'll be times that I'll make a call and he'll look at me like, what? And then we call it and then, oh, I see what you're doing. And then that way he could start to learn because, like I told him, I said, some days I might have to go with just the defense and I want me and you to be on the same page and you're going to make the call that you can read my mind. You know the sequence, how we're attacking him and I can feel comfortable to, step away and I know he's going to make the right call.
And Coach, I mean, a first-year coach, obviously, it's going to take some time. I mean, you went to the non-district. You got a philosophy. You're trying to teach these boys a certain way, and it does take some time. The talent's there, obviously, but it takes time for them to realize, and they just can't do it. They got to understand why you're doing it, right? It's like when you tell somebody something, go do this, you do it. You got to understand what you're doing. You can't just go and do it. You got to see the big picture, right? Okay, I'm doing this all week long because I'm going to get here. That you got to be able to know why they're telling you to do what are you trying to do? Not just go and do it. And I think when you talk, it's them trying to understand what your philosophy. This is what I'm trying to show you guys why we're doing it this way. And it's going to take a little bit of time, obviously, but like I said, I think the talent is there. This was a big win for us to go 1-2 in district. And then we've got another big game against Ingleside, a team that's going to come in hype like we are because they just got their first win in district as well. So they're coming in thinking, hey, man, we're feeling good. So this is going to set up for a good game. And hopefully we have a lot of people out there on both sides that will come out and support their teams and watch a good baseball game. And all that takes place on Friday here at Pirate Stadium.
Yes, sir.
It'll be at 7 o'clock. So definitely, again, we invite everyone to come on out and support the Pirates. Coach, I want to talk to you a little bit about injuries. That always plays a role in sports. Where are we? I know, so that's what I did earlier. Where are we with injuries? Is everybody healthy right now?
Uh, we're pretty healthy right now. We do have bumps and bruises. Our catcher is usually the one that has the bumps and bruises, but he's a real tough guy, man. I mean, he's tough, and I sometimes go talk to him, and he goes like, "Coach, I'm okay," but I guess the coach in me, I guess now that I'm a dad and I'm a grandpa, and then you start to see it, you're going like, "Hey man, are you sure you're okay?" Like, "Coach, I'm okay." But it's just because that caring for those kids. We do have one of our outfielders that been having a little bit of a shoulder issue, but come back. They're all coming back, and I think that right now we're doing fine. Just the regular bumps and bruises after some ball games, but other than that, we're healthy, and I'm gonna knock on wood again.
Absolutely. We got to stay that way to make this run. So that's good to hear that everyone is healthy enough and ready to go for the next two games, which will actually, there's a couple of games here you're going to be playing. I think I got it right here. So obviously, let's go to the next one, which is Ingleside. These teams battle. You heard your boys say here, we always want to beat them, and there is a battle. They said if it's baseball, football, we want to beat them. They want to beat us. There is a little rivalry there, I think, between both sides. But what are the keys for Rockport to get that win in your mind against Ingleside, and what do you want to see continue to improve in this game for the Pirates?
Well, one of the things that we've been doing is that we've been getting our leadoff batter on, and whenever we get our leadoff batter on, in whichever inning it might be, it really creates a better outlook for us offensively because now we can run and run, hit and run. We got the speed to steal, so we it puts us in a better predicament. If I could get that runner to second with one out or no outs, I mean that increases our chances because our boys are starting to understand the hitting philosophy that I teach, that I preach, and they're coming real big with a two-strike approach. And sometimes I want to tell them just use your two-strike approach because that's, knock on wood, that's when they come through, and it's just that self-discipline. And the one thing that I'm really happy about, sir, is that when I call for a bunt, they believe in it. It's not coaches taking the bat away from me. It's this is what's better for the team. And when you have that, you got something cooking, man. It's good. It's going to be good. Of course, our pitching, Sean is going to be on the mound probably, and as our we're gonna go as far as we can, with our pitching. I mean that, and I think that's normal for any team out there. And as long as our pitching keeps us within ball games, I think we're gonna be good. I mean, I always tell the kids if we score one run an inning with the type of pitching that we got, it's hard to beat a team 7-0, man, because you're already in the whole 7-0. It's hard to do that. So I think, and once we built that lead, the confidence in the kids goes up. The defensive starts to play and go up, and it's going to be a well-rounded, team effort.
And coach, I mean, when Sean Howell is on, it's tough to beat him. I mean, when he feels it and he's on a roll, not many teams are going to beat this kid. I mean, I've seen him go to a pitch count where he could have gone more innings. They had to pull him out because that's the rule, right? This guy could have gone 3 more. He looks so freaking strong, pitching 100 plus, and didn't even look tired. So I've seen Sean at his best, and when he's at his best, it's tough to beat him. It doesn't matter what team. When that guy's feeling it, doesn't matter who you're on the other side. You're going to have to work to beat this guy. So hopefully, when we play, he's going to have one of those type of games because I've seen it, and it's exciting to see when he's definitely on. And then Evan Richardson. I mean, I was real impressed with this kid as a freshman, and I think coming up when Sean after this year will be gone, I think this kid's going to grow, continue to grow. We haven't seen the best of Evan Richardson yet.
No, we have not. And that's what I tell them all the time. I tell them like, hey, listen, you're still growing. Big shout out to Evan. He went and tried high jump one day, and Coach Black, our track coach for high jump, we convinced him to go try it out. He went and tried it out. Went to a couple of track meets. Today, he was district champ, and he's going to advance. And that's the type of kid he is. very athletic. He's amazing. And when you combine him with Sean, and then you got a lefty with Oscar, and then you got Jackson and Reid and all those guys behind him, it's a great recipe for success. And I'm hoping that this momentum that we got right now, Ingleside's going to be tough, and it's a good rivalry. And I think that we just got to come up, establish ourselves on the mound, be the dominant team, keep them off the bases, and then us execute offensively, and or one run a game, man. I mean, an inning, one run in inning is gonna soon take a toll on somebody, because I had asked for 2 runs because we didn't score 1 run in and of course they produced 4. I'm willing to take that any day. And the thing is that you should have seen their faces. They were confident. They were up, man. It was like totally different. And they threw another kid that had a curveball, a fastball, and they were just pounding, and they were fouling off balls, and they were attacking, and they were very disciplined because we did walk. Their pitchers did walk a lot of our guys, and it's just well rounded. I mean, if it's a strike, I'm gonna jump on it. If it's a ball, I'm gonna lay off of it. And they battled. We had numerous at bats where there was 7, 8, 9 pitches to our to our players, to our batters. So that just shows that they're out there. They understand the game, and they're understanding the strike zone. That's very important.
It is. No, absolutely. And like I said, everything that all the goals that we have, we've lost nothing but a game. Everything's still right in front of us, one game at a time. Let's go and take it. And then, Coach, I don't know if this was true, but I saw on the schedule. So you got a game on Saturday. Is that true?
Yes.
And you're going to be taking on London. That's what I was saying. I was like, wait a minute, man. So Coach is really putting the boys to the test. So you're going to CC London. Listen, it don't get much tougher than CC London. So when you schedule this, what do you want to see? You scheduled this. What's the hope for the team to continue to play and get better?
Well, to be honest with you, Coach Amaya called me up and he goes, "Hey, Coach, let's play again." And I was going like, "Why?" And I was trying to make it difficult for him, right? He goes, "Come on, Coach." And I said, like, "Well, that's good, yeah." Because in the back of my mind, I honestly believe that we're going to be in the playoffs, and I honestly believe that we're going to make a deep run. I know our first round is going to be super tough. I know that when we face either Sweeney or Columbia, those are the type of teams that you face in the 3rd or 4th round. But we get them in the first round, which is okay by me. You get by them and build confidence. But that's the type of pitching that you're going to see. You're going to see the London type of pitchers. The following weekend, guess what? We got Victoria East, and they're state ranked in 5A. And people always ask me, why, Coach? I believe we're going to make a good run. I believe our kids need to see this type of pitching, these type of teams. We come out victorious. Either one, confidence is going to be built. We play close to them. Confidence is going to be built. It's a win-win for us. I mean, they're the ones that are state ranked. We're over here going like, it's okay, come on. Because at the end of the day, also, I always tell my other pitchers, if we go to game 3 and we threw Sean and we threw Evan and we threw Oscar and we're in game 3, hello, Reid, hello, Jackson, hello, whoever, Caleb Shoppy, whoever, Jake, Self, get ready, because I'm telling you right now, this is why I throw those guys during, the weekend practice with a scrimmage. I'm going to have to call your number in the last part of the season, which is the playoffs. You better be ready. And as a coach, I never want to call a number of a kid who's been on the bench, who hasn't thrown in 3 or 4 weeks, a month, because then that's going to be my fault. So I don't want that. I want them to be prepared, and let's get there and let the chips fall where they fall, and let's play hard. Let's get better every game. And that's about it. That's what I preach, man. You got to believe.
Coach, it's good in the playoffs. If you do this series, you don't know where it's going to take you. You really don't, right? Like you obviously you put your top pitcher 1 or 2 and whatever, and if you go to that game 3, then you don't know. So those guys, yeah, you're right. They've got to stay ready, because you don't know what you're going to use when you go to that third. I've seen it from teams. You do the best you can to prepare, but you don't know how the outcome of the game is going to be. Sometimes you win game 1. And then you think you got game 2, and then all of a sudden now you're in game 3, and you got to be able to call on those other guys for a few innings or a game, whatever it may be, and those guys got to be ready. And that is why you pitch those guys in the non-district and get them ready. And then the other thing is, I think playing those teams makes us better, win or lose. I mean, we
Yes, sir.
want to be at the top. We want to go deep in the playoffs, and so you got to play. You can't shy away from the Londons or the Sintons or the Victoria teams, because if you want to be the best and make a deep playoff run, you got to be able to play with those guys. So I think for us, it's good. I'd rather play London than sit at home and do nothing.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna learn something. But I think when you play those teams that have been established, they've won state, they've been there, I think we can learn from them. So I like what you're doing and playing these teams. And regardless of the outcome, if it's close or we do win, I think we learn. And obviously, if we compete and we win, well, obviously we're learning something already. So
That's right.
so I love that. And then, Coach, I want to recap the next week's Tuesday, because you don't come on till Wednesday, and that's Beeville, and that's coming home. So we get an opportunity to play them again and show them that the first time was a fluke. We're a better team than that. But talk to me a little bit about that game. I mean, after that game, you talked to the boys. What were the boys feeling like? I mean, were they down? Were they, hey, look, we're going to get them again. It's over. Let's go. Let's move on to the next. What was the attitude of the boys after? Because I know that was a tough loss for them.
Yes. I think the first thing was that they were shocked, and they were going like, whoa. But like with the game of baseball, sometimes, sir, sometimes it's a bad day at the office. And I think that we're gonna fix some stuff. And I think we already fixed some stuff that they took advantage of. And it's not gonna happen again. And I know Sean and Evan want Beeville, and I know that they're capable of beating them. So that's gonna be a real good game for us. And I really think that at the end of the day, we're gonna be victorious. And it's mostly because we experienced something, we learned from it, and now we're gonna move on from it. And there's nothing like whenever you lose to a team and you feel like, man, I know we're the better team, and then you get another shot to play them, and then the errors aren't there, and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden you go like, this is who we really are. And win by 1, win by 10, whatever the case might be, it's going to be a win. And we're hoping to get a great crowd out there. I know that this Friday we're going to have Little League night, and we're going to have a lot of kids out there. We're also going to have Teacher Appreciation Night on that same night. And on Tuesday versus Beeville, we're hoping to have Dr. Carter go throw out the first pitch, as she's our principal. So whenever we go out to battle, we have to have all of our leaders out there, and we all need to come together as Pirates, and let's take it to them.
Absolutely. I saw I wasn't at the game, the softball game, but I saw what they posted up there with the teacher appreciation. So definitely it's always huge when we have that opportunity to show appreciation to the teachers. The boys get to pick out their teacher, however it's done on the baseball side. And then Little League, man, that's our future, right?
Yes,
That's our future. That's the future of Pirates. So you definitely want to support them. And again, just a shout out to all of our youth coaches. It's always on a volunteer basis. People understand,
Yes, sir.
sometimes I go out there and I hear fans yelling and saying stuff about these coaches, and I'm like, man, like I want to win like you guys. But remember, they do it on a volunteer basis. They ain't getting paid for it, and I think they do great. Look, it's tough to coach young kids. You got to have a lot of patience, right? But I'm glad that we've got people out there every year that are volunteering. That takes a lot of time. You go out and do your own job, then you come out and you volunteer. You spend more time during baseball season with the kids like you do during baseball season. You spend more time with the kids than you do your own family, right? It's something that you do. But I think for the fans, I know me, I appreciate all of the coaches for our youth programs, all of the dads, moms that go out there and volunteer their time. If we didn't have those people, we wouldn't have anybody coaching. So, I don't ever yell at them. I mean, I want to win, but I know I couldn't do any better than they're doing. So I just appreciate all of the volunteers that go out there and do and work with our kids to make them better. Coach, before I let you go, I want to talk about middle school. I know baseball has started. What can you tell us about our middle school update and even our sub-varsity?
We unfortunately last week with the rain, we had to cancel our game with Port Lavaca for the sub-varsity for the freshmen and the JV. We're hoping to get that game redone this Saturday, but we're just having trouble finding officials, and officials is hard to find nowadays. With our middle school, they went and played their first game at Ingleside last week, or actually Monday, and they split. Seventh grade won, and eighth grade took a loss. But it's like what I told the kids and even the coaches. Right now, what we're doing is just we're molding these kids. In our high school guys, they're building that foundation, and we're hoping that these kids, year in and year out, for them to get better. I never judge a book by its cover, sir, because these books at the junior high, they're barely starting, man. You don't know how this seventh grader is going to end up by the time they're a sophomore or junior. So I told the coaches, hey, make sure we work with them. I know it's difficult to work with some kids that might not understand the game as well. I said, but you just never know how they're going to progress. Seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade, going to 10th grade, whatever. And then you're going to see them blossom. So I'm one of those coaches that I don't give up on kids. If you're going to come out and work hard, I'm going to be there with you. If you got questions, I'm going to answer them. And that's my philosophy. And I clearly remember, coaching in Mathis one year, seventh grade, our B team, second or third tailback, Pobrecito when he was little, man. But then he had that growth spurt going to the high school. And by the time he was a junior, he was our stud tailback. Mm-hmm. So that I always go back to that because I always remember we never gave up on him. So that, to me, I take that to heart. I'm not going to give up on a kid. And I'm going to work hard with them. Not just, it also depends how much work they put into it too. But as far as like the baseball staff, I tell them, like, play them all, give them all reps, make sure that they fall in love with the game. And that makes a big difference, sir. Oh, yeah. When you fall in love with the game, you'll do everything that you possibly can do for the game. And that means you be it in the weight room, jogging by yourself, taking ground balls, grabbing a tennis ball, throwing it against the wall, whatever you need to do just to make yourself better. And that's that, and I think I saw some of them pitch today while we were having, high school practice, and I see a lot of potential there. And I see, man, I really wanted to leave the varsity to go work with the pitchers, but I'm going like, no, I got to stay with the varsity over here. I see kids on the mound, sir. I gravitate over there. I'm going like, okay, let me work with this kid. But we had to do our varsity and our high school workout. But I'm glad that they showed up. I'm glad that Coach Flores and Coach Daisy are out there working with them. And that's just a credit to our staff. Those two guys were out there. They're working the extra time. And I really, really appreciate their hard work.
I saw, like I said, the last 4 years, I followed this program, live streaming, bringing the coaches on like we're doing here this year. So I follow closely through Game Changer. You've got talent coming. You've got talent. You've got power, big kids coming. You've got guys that can play baseball players, I think. Mm-hmm. And so I saw them in middle school about 2 years ago. So I know what's coming up. So we're going to be good. We're going to be good. And I think you're right. When you fall in love with the game, and you're going to put time into it, right? And that's when you get better. And I like what you said about the young kids and not giving up on them. Just because you started on the B team in seventh grade doesn't mean you need to stay there or you end up there when you're a senior. Nothing says that when you start there, you have to finish there. So from 7th to 12th grade, a lot of time. And I've seen kids that start on the B team and they're studs when they're on varsity.
That's right. Yes, sir.
That you guys, the coaches, have that type of philosophy and thinking where we don't give up on anybody. That's good. Mm-hmm. And I think that's how the kids here are going to fall in love with the game of baseball, mm-hmm. basketball, football, whatever it is. Well, Coach, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
For coming out and spending some time. Like I said, we're going to be out there to stream the game. That's this Friday. It's in against Ingleside. It's game time starts at 7. It's you said it's teacher appreciation. Is that?
Yes, sir.
It is. And so definitely we'd love to have everybody come on out to watch the game and support the Pirates. And then they go on the road on Saturday to London. And then next Tuesday, they'll be right back here at home to take on Beeville, which should be a good one. So, Coach, everything's right in front of us, man. One game.
That's right.
And the next one is Ingleside. So definitely, I think the boys are prepared. Talking to these boys, I think they got some momentum going now, so it should be a good one again Friday here versus Ingleside. Thank you very much, and I'll give you the final word, Coach. Anything you want to add?
I'm just trying to invite the whole community. Please come out. Come and support these young men. We're gonna have Little League night. We're gonna have Teacher Appreciation night. It's Ingleside. Let's fill up the stands. Let's fill up the side of the railings. Let's fill up the side of the fence. Let's make it to where it's gonna be standing room only, and in that way our players can feed off of that energy, and it is energy. I mean, with big time events like this, that energy, it the kids will feed off of it, and then that way we can grab that momentum. And then next Tuesday, like you said, Beeville. Next Friday, Sinton. Well, let's put 3 of them together. Let's see how it goes. Take one game at a time, and let's go Pirates, man. Let's go.
Let's go, Coach. Before I let you go, 2 other things. So I went out and bought something. I want to kind of promote this. So Coach has these merchandise. So I'm starting to buy merchandise because, of course, when you come on the podcast and I go out and stream, I'm going to be able to wear some new gear. So I'm going to show you here what I got.
That's sweet, man. Hey, represent, baby. Represent.
Coach, they have different colors. I'm fixing to buy. They got white. They've got. It's like a. I don't know if it's dry fit, but it feels very comfortable. I'm not coming to sleep in mine tonight, but they've got yellow, I think white and green. So I'm gonna definitely buy some more. I ordered them and they came in within like 3 or 4 days. But they really fit nice. It's a little hoodie. It's good for about this time, right around the spring. So definitely, we would encourage all you guys to go out and purchase some baseball gear. Coach, I don't remember, where can they go to purchase this stuff? Do you know?
I think we have them with Fast Sports on their website. Also, this Friday, I'm going to have the leftover baseball caps. We're going to have some that we're going to be selling, and if we have somebody that would like a cap that we don't have your size, if you could go to Fast Sports, they're going to sell some of them as well. And then that way you could get the correct size, and we're going to have different variations of our caps. So, yes, sir. I mean, any help is greatly appreciated. Showing off the gear, being there for us. I truly appreciate it.
Absolutely, Coach. And use the platform. Like I said, that's what it's here for. Let me know anything you want me to put out here. It's Pirates Cove Sports. Look, I'm just the host. It's your podcast. it's Coach Solis's podcast. It belongs to Rockport Fulton, but we put this platform together for many reasons. But if you guys need to put something out to get out there, whatever I can help with, definitely don't hesitate. Anything I can do to help push anything for Rockport Fulton athletes, anything fundraising, anything that's going on, anytime you need help. If I can help, I'll definitely help. And Coach, the other thing was, so the press box, who do I have to talk to? Do I have to get a hold of you? Is there room for us there at the press box? I just need to know so we can set somewhere up.
I think we only have one guy up there, which is the guy that talks on the PA system. Other than that, sir, you just come find me and you tell me where you want to sit, and we're good.
I think we'll be there. We do it over in the softball, and it's come out pretty good. So definitely, again, GT Sports will be out there. Pirates Cove Sports Network. You can catch it on our YouTube channel. We'll go live about 6:45. So if you can't make it out there, definitely support the Rockport Fulton Pirate baseball team through our live stream. We'll definitely share it onto the Facebook and Twitter page. Just click on the game link, man, and it'll take you to the game. Coach, thank you very much. Good luck on Friday.
Sir.
And we should be there around 6 o'clock or so. We should be there.
You got it. Thank you, sir. I truly appreciate everything you do.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.